day 7. We're hanging out waiting for our shuttle. Got the boys in the back here. Everyone's excited to be getting back on the trail today. We'll be shuttling up to Neal's Gap, and then from there hiking our way about 7 miles just past, Whitley Shelter. Nice easy day to get back into the groove, and then we'll be rucking our way on up to Dick's Gap.
Something that they didn't have and the other one did, and Tim's our documentary guy. He's documenting the whole thing, so
he's gonna make you famous.
We're both, Sean and I, we're like more famous than we've ever been in our lives already. So
what was your name?
John.
Sean, Tom, and
Tim.
Sean,
And John.
Tim and John.
Simple names.
Right.
No more than 4 letters allowed.
I like it.
Gentlemen, I will see you all up at Hog Pen. Have a good hike today. Clear blue skies. Don't need a rain jacket or a base layer right now. We've got some nice flat trails with soft dirt under our feet. Well, the trail's been great so far today. Smooth rolling hills, inclines haven't been too bad. About 4 miles, 3.9 from, I think it's called Hog Pen, where we're going to camp for the night. Somehow Hangman made it all the way up to, Long Hill, Long something shelter. So he's almost 9 miles ahead of us at this point. So might be a couple days before we catch up to him, but so far everything's going well. Just hanging out, having a little break. Looking forward to getting to camp. 4 miles shouldn't be too bad. It's almost 2 o'clock now, so I don't know. Hoping to roll in sometime around 5. see the double blaze, get ready because the trail is about to split. Oftentimes there might be a trail that leads in one direction, while the Appalachian Trail itself leads in another direction. So be sure to check for the single white blazes, or if you're getting off the trail and going to camp, look for the blue blazes. But remember, double blaze means you're coming up to a split. Looks like we got some blockage on the path from the recent storm. What do y'all think? High road or low road? I can't remember which one gets to Scotland faster. Let's go up and over. Okay, not too bad. All right, back on the path. Going up some killer switchbacks right now. They're really tightly coiled, steep incline. It's just been kind of one after the other, right up the side of this mountain. So all those easy miles we got in earlier, we're paying our dues at the end of the day here. See if I can get a shot of what some of the elevation looks like. Whoops. Let's see if I can get a shot of what some of the elevation looks like. I'm not sure if you can tell how steep that is, but my camera is almost parallel with the ground and the trail. I mean, we are looking straight down right now. And that goes down a few hundred feet. There we go. Catch one of the turns. See if I can try and get the elevation in here. It's harder when looking up to capture just how steep it is. This is about perpendicular with the ground, and the trail is going all the way up. Found a cool rock outcropping here. Figured it'd be a good spot to hydrate, get a snack, catch my breath. Just climbed up a grueling set of switchbacks. Towards the bottom, I mean, it was steep the whole way, but towards the bottom they were a little wider. And as I got closer and closer to the top, the switchbacks got tighter and tighter, and there was a section there where each switchback was maybe 10, 20 feet, and then it turned 10, 20 feet, turn, and it got shorter and shorter and snaked until we got to the top here where the rocks are. That was intense. I mean, smooth hiking the whole day, and definitely paid for it at the end here, but once again, rewarded with some beautiful views, cool spot to take a break. Still got a little sunlight left, and I think we're getting pretty close to camp. There should be less than a mile to go, and we'll be getting set up and cooking some dinner. All right, we are descending into the gap where we'll be camping for the night, and I'm interested to see what the setup is like. Gooch Gap was great for camping, but we weren't sure whether this one would have good spots for both hammocks and tents, or if it might be a bit of a tent-only situation. So we're getting down the hill now, and we'll see you in just a bit. Okay. Got to Hog Pen. It was pretty much just a parking lot. There was a nice flat green area for tenting, a little bit exposed, but definitely solid ground for putting a tent up. Water was close by. I was thinking I could probably go 0.1, 0.2 miles back the way I came and find a decent hammock spot on the hill and wait for the other two guys to roll in tonight. But I don't know, I kind of made a game time decision and was like, I'm gonna push it. I'm going to Low Gap Shelter tonight. It'll have food lines for the hangs. Should have some better hammocking options with the trees at the site. It'll have water, and it's gonna, add an extra 4.7 miles onto the day. but it gets us a little bit closer to Dick's Gap and possibly gives me a shorter day tomorrow, depending on where we all want to meet up. So, gonna be I think the first night hike I'm gonna have. I left Hog Pen at about 4:30, and 4.7 miles if we think, an average of 1 mile per hour, 5 hours, puts us there at 9:30. But on the 10-mile day we did, 11-mile day, there was a lot more elevation and challenges, and I was able to do that in 6 hours and 30 minutes. So I think I'm gonna push to try and do this stretch in 3.5 hours, maybe 4. And my goal is to get there by 8:30. A little bit of night hiking, but still plenty of time to set up the new underquilt, set up the hammock, and get some dinner in. So we'll see what happens. Definitely breaking out the headlamp today. All right, sun's going down pretty quick, so it was time to make sure I was prepped and ready for nightfall. I wanted to make sure I knew where all the key items were, whether it was gloves, hat, headlamp. I'm going ahead and put these things on now just because the temperature's starting to drop and wind's starting to pick up. I wanted to get some food in my stomach. Digesting food helps keep the body warm, make sure I was hydrated, added a little more electrolytes to my water. Running a little low on water reserves, but I should be okay to get into camp today. And I think the key is to make sure I don't have to fumble around with or in my pack once it's dark out. It's possible, but more likely I can lose something. Something falls out. I lose a wrapper from snack that I ate, whatever it is, and I don't want to be messing around in the dark. I want to be able to walk straight into the dusk, straight into the dark, straight into the evening, and hopefully straight into camp before too long. So anyways, I think I'm just about prepped, and it's almost time to hit the trail again. All right, we made great time today. We've got a super crowded shelter. Hammocks, tents, everything lining the hillside tonight. We made it before dark. It's getting dim now, but we did the 4.7 in about 2 hours flat, and I'm hyped about it. We crushed some miles today. Just filled up my water, left my filter up top, so we're gonna go grab that, make some dinner, probably be setting up the hammock in the dark, but I'm just so glad I got that water before the sun went down. Anyways, we probably got 12, 15 people camping out here today. So looking forward to meeting some more hikers.